teachers, guests, and participants of PRECIS 2023. Now I'd like to introduce our judges for today's session. The Chief Judge is Mr. Khairul Ikhwan Zulkifli, a certified trainer from HRD's Corporation. The second judge is Mrs. Shafizah binti Sharif from Sekolah Menengah Sains Tuanku Aisyah Rohani. The third judge is Mrs. Mastaina Wati binti Ahmad from Mastina. Okay, sorry. The third judge is Miss Mastina Wati binti Ahmad from Sekolah Menengah Sains Batu Pahat. And I, Ilyas bin Anwar from Sekolah Menengah Sains Alam Shah, while the timekeepers Nur Kristina Batrisha binti Muhammad Zibi and Anatul Batrisha binti Muhammad are from Sekolah Menengah Sains Sultan Mahmud, Terengganu. Now, allow me to read the rules. Firstly, each team should consist of presenters and a technical assistant. Secondly, the presentation must focus on a sub-team assigned to the team. Thirdly, the duration of the presentation should not be more than 10 minutes. And fourthly, the bell will be rung once at the 9th minute and twice at the 10th minute. Last but not least, a question and answer session, a Q&A session will be conducted after each presentation. Right, now I'd like to call upon the first team, ESAS Vietnam, to present. Stay here.
Good morning, teacher and friends. Allow me to extend a warm welcome to all of you. First of all, let me introduce my team. We are Team 1 from Experimental School of Education, Science, Vietnam. My name is Nam. Join me are Kang Thao, Thục Anh, and Giang. It is such a great honor for us to be here participating in this symposium today to present our research on the topic that has been causing us lately, the rise of AI. Our research title is Artificial Intelligence in Vietnam, Unraveling Applications and Prospects. Our presentation is divided into 5 parts: the research background, research objectives and methodology, research on AI implementation in Vietnam, research on potentials and prospects of AI in Vietnam, and conclusion. To begin, let's take a look at the background of the study. In recent years, there has been a remarkable progression and growing interest in the field of artificial intelligence, or AI. The emergence of AI has irreversibly transformed our modern world, eliciting considerable curiosity and fascination. So, what is AI? What's the current state and prospects of AI development in Vietnam? By definition, artificial intelligence is the ability of a computer or robot controlled by a computer to do tasks that are usually done by humans, because they require human intelligence and discernment. And for the research objectives and methodology, there are 2 questions we'd like to address. First, how has AI been implemented in different sectors in Vietnam? Second, what are the potentials for AI development in Vietnam? And for the methodology, there are 3 sectors we'd like to introduce: the literature reviews, statistical reports, and authority testimonies. Therefore, the study aims to provide insight into the general applications and potentials of AI in Vietnam. Now, for the next part, I'll invite the next member of our group, Tuan, to present.
As we know, in the world, there are many work fields that have already used the artificial intelligence and greatly benefit from it. We acknowledge the existing impediments in real life, but in the scope of our research, we'd like to concentrate on the achievements of AI implementations in Vietnam, that is, healthcare, agriculture, and education. First, in the sector of healthcare, AI has already been implemented and used numerous benefits to this sector in Vietnam. Specifically, based on medical history alone, VMIT-1 AI, an AI created by a technology group operating in the medical field in Vietnam, can make precise predictions about a patient's likelihood of chronic diseases, such as cardiovascular disease, diabetes, or atrial fibrillation. As Vietnam is one of the world's major agricultural producers, using AI in this industry is also a large improvement. AI-powered solutions are helping farmers in optimizing products, growing seasons, and the use of fertilizer. This also includes collecting data on soil conditions, crop growth, water usage, and other aspects using sensors, drones, or other devices for seed planting, pest management, fertilization, and other agronomic procedures. Finally, in the sector of education. Now, with the assistance of AI, students can get personalized experience of learning, immediate feedback, and access to immersive technologies like virtual reality in education. AI can also automate tedious and manual tasks, freeing up valuable time for more strategic and creative tasks. This boosts efficiency in planning and teaching lessons for educators. Specifically, after 4 years of research, A9, the experimental version of Vietnam's robot, made and developed with AI technology, was first introduced in 2023. A9 can teach life skills like a real teacher, including driving students into the lesson, exchanging ideas, discussing and analyzing answers, as well as selecting suitable content, continue the training, reviewing, and examining knowledge. All of this above has been proven to give Vietnam an advantage in this area. Now, the next member of the team, KANGSAR, will present the prospects of the research.
Director, teacher, and student. With so many benefits AI has brought to Vietnam, there's a lot of global potential for AI development in Vietnam. So I'd like to present the specific and prospect of AI in Vietnam. Vietnam had a big advance on the population tracker. Currently, 68.9% Vietnamese pupil of working age. First, Vietnam human resources are very flexible. They are fast learning and adapt quickly to new things. All of these factors serve as favorable conditions, paving the way for AI development in the near future. Second, in recent years, Vietnam has enjoyed financial interest and support. For example, Vietnam Venture Summit in 2020 had gained a pledge invest $800 million on the next 3 or 5 years in country, while the startup ecosystem from both the foreign and domestic investors. So, in Vietnam in 2021, Vietnam high-tech application digital transformation is especially e-com, high-tech, and AI received investment nearly $1 million to the AI for Innovation program. And so the next part about the national digital transformation in 2025 and the government on the vision, we will come back with my member Quốc Anh.
Notably, Vietnam has approved a national digital transformation program to 2025 with an orientation by 2030. In this context, the government is investing in research and development, offering tax breaks to companies that use artificial intelligence, and encouraging the expansion of the startup environment. Although Vietnam's a new market, the number of unicorn businesses, which are businesses worth more than $1 billion, doubled during COVID-19. Most importantly, the government has also declared 2 top missions. First, to nurture and cultivate domestic AI talent, and second, to connect AI communities in Vietnam together. This plan's goal is to further promote a national digital transformation program, as well as establishing Vietnamese technology firms as global players. Now, that's not all. Initiatives have been strategized to further achieve these 2 goals. Typically, AI education and training have been steadily implanted in universities to bring the perception of AI closer to young generations. Currently, there are about 50 universities and academies teaching AI-related majors in Vietnam. Without question, all of these above is a huge advantage in this area for Vietnam. Now, the last member of our team, Lam Giang, will present the conclusion of our study.
Teacher and friends, now I would like to present the study conclusive findings and insights gathered from this research. For the findings and statistics above, we can come to a conclusion that first, the benefits that AI brings to Vietnam are immense. Second, Vietnam has all its vision and government support which pave the way for AI development in the future. In conclusion, we hope that this research will serve as a valuable resource for other researchers, policymakers, industry experts, and technology enthusiasts seeking a deeper understanding of the AI landscape in Vietnam. Also, it will foster collaboration among researchers, further contribute to the growing body of research in the AI field, and create a framework for Vietnam to maximize the potential benefits of AI, driving socio-economic growth and prosperity. And for the last slide is our references that we get our ideas and information from. And that is the end of our presentation today. Now, at this time, we would like to open the floor for questions. Thank you for your attention.
Now I would like to invite the audience and the judge to ask questions. Any questions? Any questions prior to the presentation?
First of all, thank you for the presentation, very good presentation. Okay, my question, I have two questions. The first one is it Anan currently being using in the education system in Vietnam? The second one is, put yourself in the shoes of Anan's developer. What are the two things that we will improve about Anan? In your opinion, what you want to improve? If you are the developer of Anan, so what things that you can improve on that? Two things that you can improve. Okay, thank you.
Bạn đang có khi là không thể hiện được anh em sẽ tới anh em sẽ tới các anh sẽ bằng tay khác anh thích được tiến anh anh phải là anh rồi giúp em để theo sát được
Um, we'd like to answer the second question first. So, in our opinion, although Anand is still in its experimental stage, it can be improved a lot by researchers.
I think two things that Ainan can be improved as I am a developer, in my opinion. That's the first thing that I will help Ainan to present, to follow the student from the study and exam so the student can improve their score. And second thing, I want Ainan to be realistic, not like artificial intelligence in the screen. I want Ainan to be real in presenting in front of students to help students understand the lesson and improve. Now, Ainan is a artificial intelligence engine, but it's still in a experimental and it's gonna be placed as like a robot or yeah, it will be implemented soon, but before this time it's not now.
Because it is an experimental version, so it has only been used in several schools to test first that what can it do, but not widely used in Vietnam yet.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
All right. Order. Now I'd like to invite the second team, which is Sekolah Menengah Sains HULU Terengganu, to present their presentation here today. Imagine this could be happen to our loved one, and all of that caused by simple reckless mistake that could have been prevented before. Assalamualaikum and very good morning. I bid to the respected members of this floor, not to forget our beloved spectators in the next district of this state. Standing here, we are proud to say that my team is present our school, Terengganu Science School, also known as HULU. Our mission throughout the symposium is simple: to determine whether or not the rise of AI lead us to a better world or calamity. Now, before we unravel the findings that we have stored, I believe that it's paramount for us to push a kind of introduction to ease the transition of information. I present to you the technical assistant Azmin Safri and Dorina Soleha as a reporter for our team. Next is my partner, the second speaker who will accompany us today, Farah Hazika, and finally here to lead the sharing of knowledge session. My name is Iqbal Farhan, and it is my great pleasure to start off our presentation for today. Now, without further ado, I would like my partner to continue with the presentation.
Thank you, Iqbal, for the kind introduction. Now, to start off our presentation, let's take a quick overview of our presentation. So first, I will simply introduce you all about AI. So what is AI exactly? AI is a short form of artificial intelligence that is a simulation of the human intelligence that is processed solely by machines and also has been applied to countless of industries including healthcare, education systems, manufacturing, autonomous vehicles, and even road safety. So what is the reason behind the use of AI in road safety, you may ask? Let me explain. So first, it is caused by the outrageous amount of road accident cases that have been happening in Malaysia for the past years. And for the record, the Ministry of Transport Malaysia has recorded more than 500,000 of cases involving thousands of unfortunate deaths. This is obviously a very concerning issue and should be taken seriously by the upper in order to keep the rate of road accidents in Malaysia to be at bay. And supported this, another research has been conducted by Alex Wong in 2023, shows that the factors to the issue may vary, but mostly are caused by distraction during driving, traffic, and even poor vehicle management. Next, we have considered out a total of 3 main objectives in order to achieve our goal in our presentation today. So first, we want to explore Malaysian drivers' general understanding about AI and whether or not they are familiar with the state concept. Next, we want to reduce and possibly prevent any road accidents with the help of AI technology. And lastly, we want to explore Malaysian drivers' perception regarding the use of AI in ensuring road safety. Paul, can you explain more depth about our methodologies to resistance?
Right away, Farah. All right, this is, as you can see now, this is our methodologies. To start with, we have conducted a quantitative research. First, we start off by identifying our research problem. Then we look for some related literature to support our research problem. So furthermore, we have conducted literature reviews. We have conducted an online research, which is the literature reviews that includes government official statements, trusted websites, and also scholarly activities. Several surveys has been derived from the government statements such as from the Ministry of Transport Malaysia and as well as Ministry of Public Works. Scholarly activities were also reviewed in order to find more compromising information. Once the problem was clearly identified, we came out with our research objective, which is the Google form. So, based on the Google form, we have collected a total of 96 respondents, where a majority of them are aged around 20 to 45 years old. and also most of them are licensed drivers and already working. Moving on to the next slide. These are some questions that has been taken from our Google form, where most of these questions will aim to test the respondents' knowledge about artificial intelligence. So, moving on to the first question. It is linked to one of our objectives, which is to explore Malaysian drivers' general understanding of artificial intelligence. In result, it is shown that almost 90% of the respondents are knowledgeable and prone with the term of AI before. This outcome means that the idea of implementing the AI in the future will not be a strange change of environments to the citizens. So, for the next question, is regarding to the use of AI in safety feature, which is that basically being used in safety road, in self-driving cars or RCTA, and whether or not it should be applied in all cars in Malaysia. As you can see, the majority of the respondents are agreeing to this question along with no dispute recorded, subsequently making the idea of implementation of AI if the automobile vehicle is possible. For the third question, as you can see, we have asked the respondents that, on whether or not they are prone with the term of AI before. The result for this question surprisingly differs compared to other question, as 3.5% of the total respondents disagree with this question. It is expectable as AI is not an exception in having pros and cons, and in this case, respective respondents might perceive that AI will be taking over mass job in the future. However, AI has been in the car manufacturing process since the 1960s, and its adoption has been impressive as it is able to optimize the car manufacturing process, identifying potential issues, reducing waste, and etc. And for the last one, we asked respondents their thoughts on AI, whether their thoughts on AI in managing road safety, and 81.5% of the total respondents answered yes, while the remaining answered the opposite. This outcome means that the implementation of AI, this outcome has been impressive, and the lack of controversy regarding the idea made it achievable. So Farah, do you mind continuing this presentation?
Sure, one Iqbal, after all, we have drawn conclusion based on our overall results. So, based on our study, the majority of our respondents has agreed that AI has a great potential in efficiently reducing the rate of accidents happening in Malaysia. And as it is only a matter of time until AI will play an important role in road safety. Moreover, the majority of our respective respondents and also agreed that the implementation of AI could also be helpful in conducting safe driving on Malaysia's roads. So, evidently so, ladies and gentlemen, we have witnessed that AI could possibly be the long-awaited solution that we've been searching for in order to reduce the rate of accident cases happening in Malaysia. So, how could we make it happen? To respond to that question, we would like to provide a few recommendations. The first, installation of AI-powered cameras at traffic lights in order to detect patterns of road accidents. This project will be beneficial as it had been done temporarily in Miri, Sarawak and has shown an impressive result as the government was able to detect any reckless driver's behavior, the highly prone to accidents area, and much more. Next, providing a tiny camera powered by AI on the dashboard monitors in all road vehicles will also be conducted, as this tiny camera will be projected in order to identify any signs of distraction during driving. For example, the tiny camera will track down the eye movement of the driver and will notify any signs of fatigue and will notify the latter to at least stop by for rest. And lastly, an enhancement regarding the advanced driver assistance system, or mostly known as ADAS, in self-driving cars also be conducted in order to fix the current errors regarding the inaccuracies of sensors in detecting objects that lead to false alarm and even miss warning. And these are all the reference that we used during the making of our research, and that is all we have to say in this span of 10 minutes. Thank you all for listening to the very end.
Now I'd like to invite for the Q&A audience and the judges for the Q&A session.
Seven. Okay.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, first of all, thank you for the presentation. We're talking about autonomous driving and autonomous driving vehicle. So, RCTA,
lane departure warning. So that is the example of autonomous driving 2.0 or 3.0. So my question is, are we ready for fully autonomous driving? I mean by autonomous driving 5.0, like Tesla. Are we ready for that? Are the regulation, are the road or the safety of the people ready for the fully autonomous driving in Malaysia? Okay. May you comment on that?
Thank you for your question. So to respond to that question, we have to conduct a study first regarding like the awareness of the people regarding the use of AI in road safety, specifically in cars. So first we could conduct a study like when we do an experiment where a person will be in the self-driving cars first, and we will see how the journey will go, whether it is smooth or is there any complication, and and we have to ask the citizens about their opinions first, whether they think like their infrastructure is suitable for that or not.
Any questions from the audience? Thank you. Thank you everyone for listening to the presentation. And thank you for the Q&A session. SBPI Selanda. SBPI Selanda, the stage is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from SBP Integrasi Selanda Melaka, and today we would like to invite you to explore together with us about the significance of AI in advancing the Malaysia's food delivery industry, which goes under SDG 9, Industry, Innovation and Infrastructure. You might be wondering that why did we choose food delivery as our research topic? Well, it is mainly because of that by the end of the year 2050. Therefore, a bigger and more efficient food delivery setup is needed for the users of all fellow Malaysians. In addition, while we were conducting our research, we have found out that there are less research regarding this sector has been conducted in Malaysia. Even though this food delivery industry is considered as one of the biggest services in Malaysia. And lastly, according to Market Research Malaysia, the food delivery market is predicted to grow at a rate of over 18% each year since. The problem here is that we face numerous food delivery related complications like determining customer doubt, inefficient delivery optimization, and also customer preferences. While our main objective is to discover how far can AI enhance the nation's underdeveloped food delivery industry in various aspects, while at the same time to offer potential solutions for this issue. Before we explore deeper, I would like to tell you what is artificial intelligence of AI. In the simpler words, artificial intelligence is the ability of computers and machines to learn, think, and decide, just as what humans do. AI has been applied in expert systems, natural language processing, speech recognition, and also machine vision. In this field, AI uses skills like creativity, self-correction, learning, and also reasoning. The role of AI in food delivery industry, specifically food delivery applications, including enhanced user experience, optimizing operations, personalization, and also recommendation. We will talk more about this on the findings. For the methodology, we have used two types of methodology, which are qualitative and also quantitative. For the qualitative procedure, firstly, we make questions based on the findings, and then we go to a McDonald's branch located in Kubang, Melaka to find the manager for an interview. At the same time, we also go through an online food delivery app to search for a small food vendor as an interviewee. After the interviews were conducted, we obtained the information and we also did some transcription. For the quantitative procedure, firstly, we made Likert scale survey questions based on findings. And then this online survey is distributed to food delivery app users around Kubang through social media. After that, we collected the data and we also make some charts. For the respondents, there are two types of respondents who are involved in this research. The first one are the interviewees. We interviewed one interview from Big Franchise, who is a McDonald's manager in Kubang and also a small food vendor in an online food delivery app. We conducted these interviews directly and also via Google Meet. While the online survey, there are 30 respondents who are involved in this research. They are food delivery app users around Kubang.
Through our online survey form, we've noticed that large number of our respondents use food delivery app. This shows how vital it has become in the daily lifestyle. As such, going through the response that we got from the respondent, we've noticed that our respondent usually use this kind of app to save energy while using it during the week. We could make a conclusion that our respondents have a hectic life schedule, which prevents them from making their own food and using this kind of app as an escape, so they could have food on their table too. And this is actually supported by a statement stated by Punit Crow from University of Bergen, Norway, which says food delivery apps are especially relevant for certain urban consumers for whom food delivery presents the features that our respondent usually use is the food recommendation by using these features, they will actually get recommendation by AI. By using this, the
presentation is mostly about food delivery service. But in my opinion, you are generalizing the scope that you are talking more about the AI implementation in applications that provide food services. So my question is, how do you strengthen your stance that you would like to implement AI in food delivery rather than implementing AI in applications that provide food services? Because you talked about customer preferences, about food recommendations, but our main focus here is on how to optimize food delivery to customers. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your question. Okay, so basically you said we are more focusing to the app itself rather than the food delivery industry. Okay, we did mention this in our slides before. We did say about optimizing operations. AI is actually optimizing operations. It helps the drivers to actually see how the most efficient route, which is maybe the shortest route for them. So actually, AI is implemented in AI is implemented in the food delivery industry. We did presented that just now.
Okay, thank you for the presentation, and also thank you for the question also, a very good question. So previously I have my own delivery system. Previously, I'm the co-founder of GetRunner, a food delivery system, so I know about this, okay. What you have been presented to us is more like the current application of AI in the food delivery. That already been done. So I want to know new idea. So in your opinion, what's new that you can implement AI in food delivery that not yet been implemented? A new idea, because all the things that you talk right now is already implemented in the system. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you for your question. Okay, so basically, your question is about any ideas from us regard to improve the food delivery service that has not been implemented yet. Okay, so we have an idea in which when we want to deliver the food to the customers, we believe that we should put an AI in that box. They put their food for when they drive, to give it to the customers, to deliver it to the customers. So we believe that by putting that AI in that box, that could actually ensure the safetyness of the food and make sure that the food is in the right temperature.
Can I add some more? By using AI, by putting AI, what we mean by putting AI is, for example, putting maybe a heater temperature or like checking temperature in the box. Like what I previously has said that AI has chosen the most efficient route for the driver to send out to deliver the food. But in a situation where they cannot do anything about it, so when we put this AI in the box and maybe a heater where AI would sense the food, if the food is getting like the temperature is getting lower, so this AI would generate a heater so the food would be in the right temperature when the customer receive the food. So as customer, I would actually want the food to be in the right temperature, like in a hot, where I don't need to go out just to find a hot home cooked meal. And even if I order from home, I would want something that is hot so I can eat it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone for the Q. Thank you everyone for the Q&A session. Now I would like to call upon the fourth presenter, fourth school to present the presentation here today. Sultan Sekolah TUANKU Abdul Rahman. Here. The stage is yours.
Tak ada, tak apa. Macam ya, betul. Ya, betul. Ya. Ya. Hmm? Apa ya? Tujuh. Okay. Oh, thank you. Kau start bila saya cakap lah. Bila okay. Within our world of modern technology, the benefits and advantages of artificial intelligence are the very reason that we research and the full world of its existence in the first place. It makes us question whether AI is a form of development or deterioration. And this is the notion that Sekolah TUANKU RAHMAN will be presenting to you within the topic AI uprising humanity versus productivity. Before I continue, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'd like to bid to the honorable judges, timekeeper, moderator, rapporteur, fellow teachers, and members of the hall. Then I introduce to you our team members. It consists of me, Fahim. We have Daniel over there, Arif, and also Aidil. Let's dive straight to the outline of our presentation here. Firstly, we introduce to you our research methodologies and how we obtain information. Second, the objectives of what we are trying to achieve at the end of our research. Third, some of the key terms that you need to familiarize in order for you to understand our full presentation. And fourth, the issues and problems regarding artificial intelligence. And lastly, of course, we provide to you solutions regarding problems that we have encountered. So let's dive straight to the research methodology. We have three main methods here. The first one is interview. We have already interviewed personnel for AI-based companies such as Hectadata, Wonderland Technologies, in order for us to collect data directly from people who operate for AI on a daily basis, so that we can gain precise and also accurate information from these people itself. So next, in terms of research through online platform, we have already studied government policies, scholarly articles, so that we can always keep up to date with the current status quo issues regarding artificial intelligence. And lastly, in terms of questionnaire, we have already vested our Google Forms and Google Forms and also surveys, gain feedback from various types of people with different backgrounds, consisting teachers, parents, students, and even personnel for AI-based companies to gain the best interest of the people itself. So what our objective, what we are trying to achieve at the end of our study. First of all, we want to unravel the influence of artificial intelligence within the industrial revolution in terms of the 9 sustainable development goals, which is industry, infrastructure, and also innovation. Concurrently, we want to determine imminent issues brought up for AI utilization within the industry, especially involving human workforce, and last of all, provide possible solutions to the issues that we encountered. So before we continue on with the slides, we must first understand a few key terms. We started with artificial intelligence, which is simply a process or system that has capability to adapt and self-learn according to the circumstances that is given, which usually involves a software or hardware element. And next, we have automated workforce, which is an AI integrated workforce that is able to produce products, also perform services without any direct human input, which usually involves machines and also robots. And last of all, in terms of creativity, though this is a very subjective definition for us to define, but in general, it means the ability of the human mind to use originality and also imagination to generate ideas and possibilities. So what are the major issues regarding artificial intelligence? We have identified two subsequent problems here. The primary one here is when we utilize artificial intelligence within the industry itself, especially involving human workforce, it actually causes a drastic increase in unemployment rate due to job replacement. And from this problem, we are
it will lead to another secondary problem, which is AI implementation within any sectors will indirectly endangers human creativity because it takes away the human function in performing the task. So here are the two major results for our researchers. You can see the first one, more than 300 million jobs are at risk of replacement. As you can see from our graph, the unemployment rate is directly proportionate to the percentage of AI utilization within the industry. And second, more than 31% of companies have at least one function that's fully automated worldwide. So moving on, what are the factors causing this problem? What are the factors the world prefers to use AI compared to human workforce? You can see them from three aspects. The first one, in terms of technological factors, within AI, we are able to achieve higher productivity rates because we need to understand that artificial intelligence, these machines, they perform their tasks in a more efficient way. They perform in a more faster way compared to human workforce, where they need rest, they need breaks and holidays to slow down productivity rate. And next bit, we are able to achieve better product quality because machines does not perform any human error. Machines do not have any flaws or imperfections compared to humans, where they tend to make accidents, which mutilate the product, the quality itself. Now, in terms of industrial factors, the labor market here, the labor market in current status quo. The world now prefers to use artificial intelligence or machines and robots compared to human workforce because they need to pay monthly salary, which is very expensive in the long term for the company itself. And next, in terms of global development, the competition between nations is today try to strive for the best, conquer the market of technological products and for technological services. This is actually an obligation towards other countries to also use AI because they want to keep with the international pace of the market itself. And lastly, in terms of creativity, I believe the main reason people look up to ChatGPT or people use AI to do art or do our homework instead of using our brain because it is far more easier to just type it on, get the answer. So these are some of the sectors of risk of job replacement. You can see media, the prospects on artificial intelligence. You can see first thing first, undoubtedly extensive work automation will of course increase unemployment rate because their jobs are being replaced by AI. And from this, it will actually worsen economic gap because a lot of people will lose their jobs and therefore the rich people will continue to be rich and the poor people will continue to be poor. And from this problem, we'll come to another effect, which is the monopoly of technological companies, where a lot of companies are trying to counter the market. They're trying to produce the best technological products, the best services. So therefore more and more companies will come out and create more technological products. So number 4 here, you can see automated workforce increases productivity. Like I said before, AI and machine they produce product in a more efficient way. And number 5, in terms of environment, optimal utilization of resources will be achieved because there's minimum waste product because machines and robots does not perform any mistakes compared to human, which will end up in more and more waste product. And last of all, this is unequivocally will diminishes human capability on producing ideas and generating creativity because it takes away the human function to do so. So what are our solutions in solving this problem? We have 3 stages of solution here. The first one is implementation taxes. And how does this work? The mechanism here is the more automation, the more taxes will be implemented. So the revenue from these taxes should be distributed to social welfare, education, occupation, and also infrastructure itself. Because we need to understand that the people who are mostly affected by this job displacement are people from lower economic class. So therefore, there are people who are in the first place does not have any proper education, proper accessibility towards qualification. So therefore, it is rational. It is reasonable for us to distribute to this aspect. And next, the second stage here is about education. The government should be prioritizing education in terms of creating more varieties in the technological sectors, aligning with the modernization of the world. At the same time, funding study expenses in terms of subsidies to make it more accessible to people from lower economic class, and concurrently improving the facilities and also teacher workforce to improve the quality of education as a whole. And lastly, most importantly, to increase the qualification data, the quota, so that more people can opt out for better developed jobs in the end of the day. So lastly, the last stage here concerning creativity, the government should have a law enforcement prohibiting any companies from hiring producers, artists just to be replaced by AI. Because the best way for us to reconcile with this problem is that the producers and writers should only use AI just as a subordination, just to assist writers in creating creativity so that we can maximize the potential of creativity that is produced. So within the solution, we have achieved three major things. First of all, more developed job opportunities, especially towards people of lower economic class. Second, more developed quality research and development because we maximize the potential of artificial intelligence in various sectors. And last of all, advanced creativity because we only use AI as a subordination to assist people in creativity. So the conclusion here is we acknowledge the critical repercussions coming on for AI utilization within various sectors, especially involving human workforce. And though our slides and our solutions are tackling a very big scope, but we believe that we have already solved issues from minor sectors such as financial, transportation, agriculture, and so much more within our solution itself. So we must bear in mind in our heart that we are not slaves to our own creation. It is up to us, up to our intellect and humanity to guide this power towards the right path so that we can cooperate together to live harmoniously to achieve global peace and prosperity. Thank you.
Now I'd like to invite the audience and the judges to ask any questions. So I have one question today. So I believe that our status quo here is about this AI, which is our generations have been using AIs to complete their homeworks, to do essays, and etc. Do you think the usage of these AIs can affect our future generations and affect our future leaders here? Thank you.
Right, thank you for the wonderful question. So this question here stated that within the usage of AI, ChatGPT, and so on, will it affect the future leaders or future generation? Because now majority of people use this AI to complete their homework, right? So the response here is, like I said before, like we have stated in our slides, the usage of AI, artificial intelligence, ChatGPT is actually indirectly diminishes our creativity because it takes away our ability to think. Because if we were to compare to the old times where we as students, we use our own brains, we discuss with each other to perform our essays, but now we can only search our ChatGPT and therefore we actually take away our ability to think. So therefore creativity there is being proved by AI. Thank you.
Okay, very good presentation. So, okay, I'm not sure about the previous question, but one thing that we need to understand that AI will not replace us just yet, but people with AI will replace us. So right now I'm with ChatGPT. Okay, so I asked ChatGPT to give you a question. So my question or my question with ChatGPT: how do we balance the need for rapid innovation and industrial growth as outlined in SDG 9 with the potential negative impact on mental health and human connection? Okay, can you please comment on that? Thank you.
All right. Regarding artificial intelligence, also human connection, I guess this is a question regarding social aspects, right? So as we can see, within the modernization of the world itself, the existence of technology and electricity is actually taking away the connection between people because now we tend to use our phones, we tend to be within our mobile phones and our gadgets instead of being with other people. But with the drastic uprising of AI utilization within the society itself, we can see the existence of AI friends. Even Siri itself could be a friend to us. We can ask them questions, they can respond, like we can happily be satisfied with their answers. So my answer here is, it is clear that AI will take away our connection, can take away our connection if we were not to be careful, so that we won't actually, we have to socialize with other people, but the problem here is because of the influence, the big influence of AI within our society itself, we will take away the social network. So because of that, as a solution, we humans should balance our social connection between people by prioritizing jobs and also social connections. Okay, thank you.
Thank you for the Q&A session. Also, thank you for your presentation. Oh, there's one more question. There's one more question.
Dah habis.
But now, I would like to call upon Sekolah Menengah Agama Putra Kajang, Pak Kajang, to present the presentation today. Thank you. Pak Kajang, the stage is yours.
And AI. You have probably heard this term numerous times before, but what is it actually? Before that, Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to the meticulous timekeeper, wise judges, worthy opponents, and of course, audiences that have graced us with their presence today. We, from the Federal Islamic Secondary School of Kajang, or SMAP Kajang, are going to present our research titled AI in Healthcare, the long-awaited Messiah. Before that, allow me to introduce to you our hardworking team, Zarif, Akil, our technical assistant Aisa, our advisor Professor Samsul, and myself, Farhana. We'll be dividing our presentation into several layers of analysis to help you further understand our motion, to help you further understand what we try to work today, and to do so, I pass the mic to Akil.
All right, so as we know, a career in the healthcare sector has always been stereotyped as having an extremely stressful work environment. These are not baseless, however, as working in the medical sector has been proven to be having a demanding schedule, increasing paperwork, and bureaucracy, which in turn means unsocial hours. Topped with a high level of academic requirement, only a select few can survive in this field despite the importance of it. In a 2020 report by The Star, which is a Malaysian-based newspaper, it is stated that most youngsters nowadays are more inclined towards gig-based jobs such as food delivering and e-hailing due to the problems I stated earlier. So, will AI be the solution to these problems? Well, this leads us to the objectives of our research. One being to create awareness regarding AI's influence in healthcare. Although AI are on the rise of today, the general public are still skeptical in assimilating AI in healthcare, and we are trying to enlighten them. Next, we show that AI can change the demanding work environment of medical staff with infinity of AI in reducing the burdens of medical staff by highlighting AI's touch in healthcare, hence our presentation today. So that was our objectives. Now we move on to how we conducted our research. So firstly, we referred to scholar documents to make sure our presentation today is that most precise and can be trusted. Secondly, we created a survey through Google Form to obtain the opinion of the general public regarding the integration of AI in healthcare. And we also interviewed the general manager of a local clinic to acquire her thoughts regarding our topic today. And lastly, we gathered more information from trusted websites and newspaper articles to further solidify our data. All right, moving on to better understand our topic today, we first need to interpret the meaning phrase by phrase of our title today, which is AI in healthcare, the long-awaited messiah. So, AI or artificial intelligence, as the name implies, is the ability of a machine to make decisions and think with profound accuracy, imitating a human. Health, however, according to the World Health Organization, is a complete state of physical and mental social well-being, not merely the absence of a disease or infirmity. So, meanwhile, healthcare is the effort of us humans to bring that to fruition. So by creating a connection between the two, we are implying that AI will be the new technology that will bring the healthcare industry to its latest breakthrough. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what you are seeing is a pie chart that shows the opinions of the integration of AI in the healthcare industry. As you can see, unfortunately and sadly, only a small 23.3% are ready to see the potential of AI in healthcare, and a huge 61.7% are still skeptical about AI in healthcare, while the other 15% are still sitting on the fence.
I'll take it from here. Now, we'll be diving into arguably the most important part of our presentation, which is the fruits itself. To start with, AI are possible in assisting doctors, nurses, and administrators in their comprehensive health services management. For instance, AI can provide medical professionals with constant, possibly real-time medical information updates from various sources, including journals, textbooks, and clinical practices. This trend will especially stand out if, let's say, a pandemic, that the COVID-19 would occur again, during which continuous flow of information is very much needed to properly manage the pandemic worldwide. Another relevant topic of AI is predictive medicine, diagnosis treatment, compilation, and prognosis evaluation. This is due to the fact that AI can identify meaningful associations in raw data, something insignificant human might have missed. It can support diagnostic, treatment, and patient outcomes, thus allowing medical professionals to embrace the proactive management of disease onset. It's also important to note that AI are possible for identifying risk factors for each patient to help target which part of the patient's body are in need of healthcare prevention. This is, of course, for better results. The next artificial intelligence uses, it enables physicians to make better clinical decisions by accelerating the process and increasing the amount of care provided, thus positively impacting the cost of health services. It also supports diagnostic process by telling the doctors which part of the patient's body are there to be treated. For example, like AI can recreate and project a 3D scan of a patient's overview so that doctors can search every nook and cranny of the patient to better understand the disease. Moving on. Artificial intelligence ability to deal with vast amount of data from patients are very valuable. AI systems can manage data generated from clinical activities such as screening, diagnosis, and treatment assignment. The combined data from the test can be analyzed to provide helpful insights that can be used in patient treatment. This is important for accelerating the process of the treatment. Lastly, a little bonus information that is the theoretical use of AI in the future, which I find very, very interesting. AI has the potential of transforming surgical robotics. How, you may ask? Through devices that can perform semi-automated surgical tasks with second to none efficiency. The robot will have an automatic calibration feature that will smoothen out hand movements of doctors while performing surgery. The doctors can control the robot using a control panel even while being home. This is beneficial in, let's say, open heart surgery, which usually takes about 3 to 5 hours because robots don't feel tired that's the way humans do. The final aim of this technology is to automate surgical procedures, to negate human errors while maintaining utmost accuracy and precision on par with it.
Thank you, Zarif. Now, I'm sure
there's a question ringing in your brain. If AI can do all that, what about humans? Will we be left out? Will we sit in the corridors homeless? The answer is no, we won't. Because of what? The rise of AI may lead to the loss of jobs, but the rise of AI will lead to many, many more job opportunities to emerge. A research shows that 83 million job opportunities will be lost as a result of the emergence of AI. But what you need to understand that 97 million jobs will emerge as a result of AI, especially one related to AI. Besides, it's not like they won't be doctors at all, because doctors are the one going to perform major surgeries and emergencies. Why can't we trust AI to do that, you may ask? Because artificial intelligence are not allowed and cannot do decisions regarding human life as is in line with Isaac Asimov's rule of robots. Next, we move on to the interview. We get some quotes from a general manager of a company whose services include aesthetic clinic, offshore medical service, and more. And what we can conclude from the interview is that she supports this integration of AI due to its accurate nature. This for the proof that AI has the potential to bring the society to the next level. Now, to conclude, we have proven to you our objectives, and we have proven to you that artificial intelligence can be the catalyst we need to change this, society or healthcare in this case to be a better place for those who aspire to be a medical practitioner one day. With that as my last word, I end our presentation today with Assalamualaikum and thank you.
Thank you, Smart KAJANG, for that fine presentation. Now I would like to invite Chief Judge and the audience for the Q&A session.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. I have a provocative question, and I would love to hear from you on your comments. Okay, thanks to AI, okay, before this we need years, months, or maybe years to create a medicine or antidote, to make research to create medicine and also antidote. But right now, with the same algorithm, with the same method, okay, AI can help us to create the medicine maybe in 1 week, 2 weeks, or maybe days. Okay. My question, or what is your comment? With the same method, with the same AI technology, with the same method, people nowadays can also create a new disease. Just change here a bit of here and there. So people can now trigger biological warfare just by using AI to create new disease. There is maybe stronger or more scarier than COVID-19. So what is your comment on that?
So the Chief Judge have given us a question about how this AI can be used for bad things, because it can also be used to trigger diseases with its artificial intelligence. We are talking about these good things, and we do not deny that it's these bad things. But what you need to understand that AI have the potential to learn. So other AIs could also learn the structure of these viruses, these bacteria, to make a new medicine for it. So this is like the situation with hacker, where there is white hat hacker and black hat hacker. So white hat hacker could actually have the potential to defeat this black hat hacker.
Any more questions? All right. I guess there's no question. So thank you, Makajang, for that.
failure and provide any necessary action to prevent this failure from happening. Lastly, predictive maintenance technology provides an energy efficient solution to everyday problems with the proper management of manpower when a problem when a is reliable.
So with that in mind, let's compare PDM to its contemporaries in the market. Because there are three forms of maintenance that you can see today. Reactive being the one inside the store, where you actively have to push resources. Preventive being an evolution of reactive, where you actively have built-in countermeasures to reduce failures in the first place, and predictive being the one with big data analytics. So as you can see, reactive doesn't really get access to any of the benefits here due to how logistically and monetarily strenuous it is. However, with preventive, sure, you get things like cost reduction, reduce logistical burden, and less risk of fatalities. However, understand here that throughout all methods of maintenance, failures will still happen. That's when predictive comes in. That's when predictive gives you the foresight of when these failures happen. So compared to things like preventive, where suddenly failures happen, we essentially, with predictive maintenance, we get the foresight that these things are about to happen, and we are able to effectively reduce downtime and reduce response time. So with that in mind, what's our vision for the future of PDM? Our vision is fourfold. Firstly, being the wider accessibility of PDM-based technologies. Due to how effective it is, corporations are going to inevitably want to opt into PDM in order to increase their customer base. And due to how effective it is, things like state governments are actively going to want to buy from these corporations, and this creates things like market. This creates things like market correction. It's when both supply and demand increase in tandem, actively driving the prices down. So without that, in the future, we envision a reality where even the most developing third world countries are able to afford this technology.
As a result of state government and private companies buying this. And we've been talking about the United Nations with the propagation and development of PDM technology, we are now expecting in build sustainable, resilient infrastructure and conservation.
So let's recap our presentation. Remember earlier when Yusuf told you about how there exists extreme user non-confidence inside public infrastructure. So we tell you that in the future, when people have the active consciousness that the buildings that they are standing on has the active oversight and active maintenance being maintained, we tell that a 50% non-confidence rate can effectively drop to things like 2%. So at the end of the day, what's the main takeout from our presentation? Is that firstly, the rise of AI has opened up new avenues for the advancement of various industries like manufacturing and maintenance.
Really, AI plays a pivotal role in the future of maintenance while offering a for users.
And finally, that AI spearheads human efforts to fulfill SDG 9 by allowing much more flexibility and automation. And with that, thank you.
Now I'd like to call upon the audience and the judges for their own Q&A session. Okay, thank you for the presentation. A very heavy topic. Okay, I believe that you have done a very deep research on PDM. So I want to ask your opinion. Give me one current Malaysian project that can use this, and please elaborate on that.
I think that one Malaysian project that can benefit greatly from this technology is probably the MRT projects. Because MRTs are being used on a regular basis. So you know that the strain on these rails, on various aspects of MRT is going to be put to the test on a daily basis. And we know that a lot of people are using it on a daily basis. A lot of people are using it, and so that makes failure much more costly. Let's say if like if any aspect of the MRT project fails, it's probably going to cost a lot of innocent lives. So this is where PDM comes in. When corporations like MRT Corp are actively able to perform active maintenance, predictive maintenance on things like the rails, things like the carriages, we tell you that effectively you make MRTs much more safer. You increase so much more buy-in because people are more confident that MRT isn't probably going to fail on a whim. And essentially you are able to cut costs. Which, mind you, I think MRT Corp has spent like billions of ringgit,
on actively developing this project, so you can cut costs. You can cut costs on maintenance by using PDM. Any questions? Right, thank you, Ms. KK, for that profound and mind-blowing presentation. Thank you, all judges and educators, for the time. Now, I guess the session ended.